Hi everybody, welcome to Mary's Craft Room Sundays at 7. I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend. I know I did, and I'd like to talk to you about a few things. So tonight though, we are going to make this cute fall card using the Pretty Pumpkin set, and I matched that, paired that up with the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper that's got all these beautiful fall colors in it. So this is a card that I actually did this weekend. I did my first ever stamping spectacular with Robin Carden. It was all day long yesterday from 11 in the morning till 9 at night, and it was incredible. The day just flew by, and you had to really use your creativity. And we got this set as part of signing up for the class. We got the Pretty Pumpkins along with the dies that go with it and the timber embossing folder, and a number of other freebies. But doing this course, it was amazing. We got three great presentations. One was doing some cards, another one was talking about craft fairs, and the other one was adorable Halloween things, which I just loved. And I'll be doing some of those maybe next week. So I want to show you, before I get going with our card tonight, I want to show you some of the challenges we had to do. I was really pleased with myself that we had like a half an hour to an hour to do a challenge card, and I could whip them up pretty quickly. So this first one I did was a color challenge, and we had to use 3 of the 5 colors that she had given us. So I chose Misty Moonlit, my light, this is Bumblebee, and Cinnamon Cider, and then Basic White. So that was that one I did. The next one was a birthday card. So I did this, and it's got a birthday sentiment inside, and this is from the In Symmetry paper. So I like that. I used Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, and the Night of Navy. And then she gave us a sketch. She wanted the design to look like this. So with the 3 circles down, so I did this cute little Halloween card, which I will use for an upcoming Halloween class. I'll probably zhuzh it up just a little bit and use an embossing folder on the green. Otherwise, I just love it. And then we had to do a thank you card, and I used my hand pen. Love that. So I did that for a thank you card. And we had to use the Pretty Pumpkin set that she gave us, so that's where I came up with this one. And then we had to do another color challenge, and I love this one that I came up with. The ribbon slides off, and this piece flips up, and the colors that I had to use were Blackberry Bliss, Rich Razzleberry, and Crumb Cake, and there was a couple other options, but that's what I had done with that. Love that. I'll be using that in a class also. And then lastly, we had to do one of our favorite sets, and you know I've done something similar to this, so I chose the Color and Contour, and I used the pink shimmery vellum in there. And I've done this design before, but I just changed up the colors so I could kind of do the card pretty quickly. So that was cool. And then, so by then I'm exhausted, right? And then we had an 8th challenge that was just take a selfie of yourself crafting. So I was really happy with that. Along with the packet, then we do what's called make and takes. So she sends us everything, and these are cards that Robin designed using the stamp set that we got from her. So we did this one, and I just need to finish out the inside. I don't typically put cardstock on both sides, but I make mistakes too, and I was gluing away and I taped the cardstock on the wrong side. So guess what? This one is going to get 2. And then we did this one, and this one, it features the timber embossing folder, which I really like. So I'm glad I got that. And then we did this one, which is kind of cool. So I might use that one for a class too. I really like that also. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. So that's kind of cool. All right, so that's everything we did yesterday. That's why I chose to do this tonight, because I really loved this one a lot. This was not on my list to get, guys, and now I'm so glad that I have it. It's really nice. But before we get on to that, I want to talk about a September special I have. So I haven't had a special since my birthday. So I decided that for the rest of September, we are almost halfway through the month. For the rest of September, any customer placing a $50 or more order is going to get a package of the matte decorative dots from me. These dots include, and I used them on one of the cards, they have got Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, let's see, and Old Olive. So this is the Evening Evergreen. It looks a little blue, but it's the Evening Evergreen, Old Olive, Bumblebee, and Cherry Cobbler. And those, if you're like, where are those, Mary? Those are found on page 31 of the mini catalog, and they coordinate with the sweet little stocking set. Now, I didn't get this set, but I did get the paper because I thought that was cute, and I can still use that. And here's that paper. It's really adorable. And the colors in there, guys, are Basic Black, Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Cinnamon Cider, Evening Evergreen, Old Olive, and Pool Party. Hence all of these coordinating with them. Cute, cute little dogs with light Christmas lights on, and then the back side. So, you know, it's always, if I don't like one side, I'm really liking the other side of paper, because I don't typically get a lot of pet stuff. That's cute. And then the other side, really adorable pattern. And then of course, there's always 2 sheets of each. And then we've got this one with cat and dog. And then Cherry Cobbler back there. That's cute. And then the stockings, so not pet related, so I can use that one. And some stars. And this one's cute, little cat and fish and the dog. And then green stripes on the back of that one. And then this last one, which I love, all string of lights, so I'll definitely use those 2 sheets up. And then this is a Pool Party plaid on the back. So very cute. But anybody wishing to earn these free from me, $50 or more order now through the end of September, and you will get a package of those from me. All right, I'll put those aside so I can move on with the card. Hi, Renee. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Jenna. Oh, thanks, Renee. I was just so flabbergasted, you guys, at how quickly I could come up with the cards. And you can see some of them are my favorite folds that I tend to go to. So that was kind of easy. All right, so now let's get going on our card for tonight. I'm going to put the camera down just a little bit closer there. There we go. And this way. There we go. All right, I just love this one. I just don't know why I didn't think much of it to begin with, but I didn't, and I do now. All right, so we are going to start with, I did our basic layout for our cardstock. I'm using Crumb Cake, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we'll get that, and this one's going to have some fun coloring in it. Okay. And then you know me and my layering. So then I used pumpkin pie, and that's our 4 by 5 1/4. And I've got one for both the outside and the inside. So we will attach those, because heaven forbid something should not have any layering in it. So I've been struggling with my tape lately. I don't know what's going on. So we'll go back to this one. Maybe I overused it too much. One thing I did overuse, I worked so hard, I broke a fingernail right off in the polish. I was working along and I'm like, oh, I think I got something there. I made a little boo-boo. All right, and then we'll put this one on the inside. Today we had a wonderful baptism of my great nephew, Ozzie James. So he is child number 4 for my niece and nephew-in-law. And Ozzie wore, I posted a picture, Ozzie wore the family baptismal gown, which started with my husband almost 67 years ago. It'll be 67 years ago in November. So that was really cool. So I wanted a picture of Joey and Ozzie together. And we counted up, and in the family, we had 15 so far have worn it. So that was pretty cool. Both of my girls have worn it, and many of the other nieces and nephews, and some great nephews. So we'll put this in here like that. And I loved the pattern on this, the crumb cake and like the cattails or whatever. I thought that was really awesome for fall. All right, so we have the basics done right now. And what we're going to do, we're going to be doing some coloring, some stamping and coloring. So I have right here, I'm going to use my black. And I've got the 3 pumpkins. So I'm going to stamp and color, and then I will use my cut and emboss machine to cut them out. So anyway, we had a very nice family party with them. Pete and Katie are so sweet, and their kids are so sweet. They have very, very nice kids. They're just adorable. All right, I am going to be cutting out this one. So we'll get that on there. So now when I did this, I had to Google to exactly find out what color really are the blossoms for pumpkins. And they can be, they're like a goldy kind, and that's what I was thinking. They were like a gold color. So I kind of mixed and matched my yellows and my oranges together. So now I'm going to use Evening Evergreen to do the sentiment, and I will cut that out with my layered rectangle, my stitched rectangle. So now I can do some coloring here. So let's start with this one. I used my soft succulent for the leaves, and I'm just going to take the dark and go into like the veins of the leaves. And I sure was never a coloring person till I got my blends. And now I love doing it because I never thought I was very good at coloring, and you don't have to be good. These do all the work for you. Then I'm going to take my soft succulent and just go right over top of it, and it just kind of blends itself in. And if you don't like how it looks, you go over it a second time, and the more you go over it, the more it blends in. So I found that with the orange for the pumpkin, I just keep working at it till I get what I like. The leaves worked out pretty good right away. So we'll do that. Then today, the church that the family goes to is right down in Fort, so we were that close, so we popped over by my daughter's house, and only Callie was there, my granddaughter, so we picked her up for the day, and she hung out with Grandpa and Grandma. Went to the party and came back to our house for the day. Now I'm going to use dark crumb cake for the stem, because you know they're all brown and after you pick them. So I didn't do any blending there. I just stayed with the dark crumb cake. And then I'm going to switch, oops, missed one. There we go. Okay. I'm going to switch over to the fine tip. And I'm going to just draw the little, I'm going to make the little squiggly thing crumb cake also. There we go. All right. And now we will do, I'm going to use the dark pumpkin pie, and I'll do the little creases on the pumpkin using the narrow end. And I had a real busy week, guys. I had a couple days off, which were fantastic, so I got lots of crafting done. Last weekend I got Mary's Craft Room front porch all set up and ready to go. I'm going to have it open a couple days in September, and it's open for appointment at any time. People can come shop there and get gifts and cards anytime you want. And then I took some cards over to the Historical Society. They asked to sell some of my cards, which was kind of cool. They're going to have some open hours, and people can buy my cards down there too. Now I'm going to stick with the dark pumpkin, and I'm going to just do a few on the side here in the dark. Now tomorrow I have to go back to work, but only for 3 days this week, and then I've got some more time off. Do some crafting again, and rummage sale, and craft class on Saturday. Do you think I do anything but crafting? No. Thank goodness for my Stampin' Up, or I would have been so bored during the pandemic, I wouldn't have known what to do. So again, I'm just doing the dark right along the edges here. And now I'm going to pull out the light one, okay? The light pumpkin pie. And now I'm going to go fill in the rest with the light. It's kind of cool how quickly this goes too. You just kind of paint it on the nice brushed edge. Then we're going to cut this out with the die when I'm done. And so now there's quite a bit, it's very distinctive there. So I want to go over it again, and I go over the dark and I kind of blend it in some more, go over the light again, and now it's mixed in much nicer for my taste. And we'll do the same thing over here, but it gives it just a little bit of shadowing then, which I love. Little shading in there, which I could not do on my own, I'm sure of that. I used to do some craft. I've always been crafting all my life, but I used to do some painting, and shading was just not my thing. Some people were so good at it, but not me. But with the markers, the blends, I do great. Anything goes. I think that's the one thing I really, really liked about doing Stampin' Up is taught me patience and taught me that anything goes. There we go. Isn't that cute? And that's it. And I'll get that. I really like how it turned out. We'll get that cut out in just a second. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Oh, yeah. I think, Renee, I like the name of my craft store too. It was something when I first started, I didn't know what in the world to call it, and that just kind of stuck. I really liked it. Okay, so now we're going to go to the flower. And what I chose when I was looking them up, I chose to go with my Mango Melody. Okay, I'm going to do the dark one, and then I'm going to go over it with a light pumpkin pie too. So I'm doing the dark, and it's the Mango Melody is like an orangey yellow anyway, so it's a good color. We'll do that, and then we'll go in here, in this little one here. All right, and then I'm going to go over with the light. I'm going to color that. And that would be okay, but I thought I would add just a touch of orange in there. And I liked how that turned out, so I'll do that again. See how that would be okay on there, actually. It would be bad. But I had to keep going. So I put a little light orange in there. Just kind of pop some in. And then go back with the light Mango Melody and kind of blend it in. And then I've got a nice orangey yellow color that I really like. So just a little bit darker there. I like that a lot. And then I'm going to use, for this vine, I'm going to go with the dark soft succulent, and I'm going to use the fine tip point, and I'm going to do the vine that way. I figure this is a blossom, so it's still green. There we are. All right, so before I get into the middle, I will be right back. I'm going to step behind me and just cut these pieces out, and we will be ready to go with those. Hang with me. It'll take just a second. But I do need to take the pieces from here to get the dies cut out. All right, so I need this one and this one. So I am using, there's so many nice dies in here. Crazy the amount of dies in there. Just pretty. So I'm using the solid pumpkin, and then I'm using the one for the little flower. Okay. So I just have to layer everything on here, and I will cut it all out at once. And hopefully nothing jumps on me. sure I get it all set up. Almost there, guys. Whoops, grabbed the wrong. I am not using this one. I am using this one. Long weekend. But at least I have all my dies. I know where they're at. They're right in front of me. And we are just about ready to crank it through. I don't like to put it over by you guys because then it'll shake the camera all around. I do miss us having a magnetic plate though because it's a little bit harder to get these on and have them stay. Oh, did pretty good. Okay, not too bad. So I got that out pretty good, and then I've got this one, and I've got the Gather Together. So what I did for this was I am going to do the pumpkins flat. I'm just going to use adhesive on that and put the pumpkins down. And then I'll pop up the little one. So I am going to just get in the picture here. So I'm just going to put these guys down here. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little dimensional on the back of this one. So we can pop that up. I think we can fit 2 on there. Maybe we'll cut 1 in half. I didn't bring my minis over with me. So I could have fit a mini one in there, but I have my scissors, so I'll just cut 1 dimensional in half. And that's what we always used to do before we had minis, right guys? So just put that there. And surprisingly enough, Mary doesn't have any Wink of Stella on this card. But I was thinking, well, I certainly could. The pumpkins could be winked. And now I'm just going to place this right down here. I thought that was kind of cute like that. Isn't that cute? Love it. And then I've got, this is all cut out nice and in the evening evergreen. And I'm going to attach that to just a cutout crumb cake, which measures 1 1/8 by 3 1/8. So I had, after I cut this out, then I had measured it to see what it was. And we want to just give it a nice border like I do on everything that I layer. There we go. We'll put some dimensionals on the back of that and pop that up. I'll use that half one and put that right in the middle. Use that up. I probably put more dimensionals and adhesive on than a lot of people do, but that's okay. It's not that costly. And I'd rather have it stay secure. I don't want my card falling apart when somebody gets it. All right. And then I'll put a little embellishment on. And then the front will be all done. Okay, I'm just going to put this right here closer to the middle than the top. So we'll put that in there. And on my original card, I used the Evening Evergreen jewels, but tonight I thought I would try the Gilded Gems, the gold ones. I thought that might be kind of nice on there. That might work. So I'm going to use those instead. I think they're going to look really nice and fallish. So take my Take a Pick tool, which I love. Get this off here, maybe. Ooh, I didn't get all the adhesive. It didn't come with it. I'm going to pick a different one. There we go. No, that one didn't work either. Well, Mary's not doing very good tonight. See if third time's a charm. There we go. It is. So we're going to put a gold one right there, and then I'm going to take one of the smaller gold ones and go underneath, and I love the gold on it. I actually prefer the gold over the green. That looks really nice in person. Love it. Put those aside. And now what I want to do is, for the inside, I chose to do the bigger one. So I've got a little bit more to color. All right. So let's see what I did here. There we go. All right, so we are going to do that in Momentum, and then we'll color that up. Okay, right down there. You can't see because I went off. There we go. And as long as I have this out, I'm going to do, I did this on the envelope too. You know me and my envelopes. So I'm going to stamp this, and then I will go back and color it after it's dry. We'll let that set just a minute. And we'll go here and do some of our coloring. We'll go back with on our leaves with the dark, soft succulent. And there we go. Hope you, like I said, I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I hope you have a great week coming up. Hope you've got some crafting going on and some other things. Or anything fun. Do this little green around here again. In there. It gets a little thicker than what I'd like it to, but it's all good. Go in here. All right, and then we'll take the soft succulent and we'll go right over top of that. So last night when I was doing one, I accidentally colored part of the flower. I colored it green by mistake, but once I went over it with the orange, it all came out orange in the end. That little piece, I colored the wrong color and it all came out. These markers are fantastic. All right, there's the green all done. As long as I've got the green out, I think I will quick finish up the leaf on here, on the envelope. And I actually considered this to be not a leaf. I figured that's the blossom. So I only did the green here. And the rest I did the blossom. Okay. So I don't need this one. I can put that away. So we're done with all the greens. Now we'll go back to our Mango Melody. Get our blossoms all done. Hope you're good watching me color here. I'm starting up with some classes again, which I'm real excited about. Now we'll do the Light Mango Melody again. I have 2 classes this week. It's nice to have people back in. I take a break over the summer, but it's really nice to be having my ladies back in crafting. And then we've got a Halloween class coming up. Got that all prepped and ready to go. Another Christmas class coming up. So the rest of the month I'm pretty full, which I kind of like. And actually all the way through November I have something every single weekend. I don't have a free weekend. Joey, I'm sure, is golfing as much as possible. So we've got our yellow. Now let's add a little bit more of the light orange on there. Throw a little of that in. Joey's heading up to St. Germain to go golfing with his buddies that he does every year, and they just have a blast. So he's doing that next weekend, while I just do crafting and rummage sale. And we'll blend this in just a little bit, and we are just good to go. Oh, love it. Colors turned out perfect, just the way I wanted them. And we are going to put this on the middle, and then we are all done. So even with coloring, it did not take long at all to do this card. And there you go, guys. What do you think? I think it's a really nice fall card. Hope you like it too. And oh, look what I did. Look what I did. Did you guys ever do that? Oh well, such a nice card. Good thing envelopes are only like 8 cents a piece, so we'll just be doing another one after you're done, after I'm off with you. Okay, so there's my card for tonight. Next week, I'm going to have a little Halloween treat box project for you, so I hope you can join me then. I appreciate everybody watching, and I will get back to, oh, hi, Carrie. I'll get back to some of the messages after I'm all done here. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great week. See you next Sunday. Bye.